Hey friends, in this video we're taking a look at the Joby Wavo Boom Arm. Here it is, this contraption here. So let's get into it. Hey friends, Will here, and yes, we've got the Joby Wavo Boom Arm here. So when you first get the boom arm, it's going to come in a nice box, well packaged, and inside that box you're going to get the actual boom arm itself. You're going to get the desktop clamp, which comes complete with mug cup holder and headphone stand. You're going to get the adapters that you need to mount any different microphone to the boom arm, but also potentially cameras as well. Then you're going to get an Allen key for making tension adjustments to the boom arm over time, and you're going to get these black and red strips which can be used to keep the cables tidy. It's cable management, and you've got the choice of red or black, which I really like. You can see here I've gone with the black ones in this instance. I quite like that. Also in the box, you're going to get a secondary mounting plate, which looks like if you're using a solid wood desk and you want a more permanent mounting solution, you can actually drill a hole through the desk where you want to mount the boom arm and then switch the plate that comes with it for this plate, and then that will allow you to clamp through a desk rather than only to the edge of it, which is how I've got it mounted here. So setting up the boom arm was very, very simple. It only took me a few minutes to get it out and assemble it and put it onto my desk like this, and I've been using it for the last few weeks for a combination of video calls, recording voiceovers for videos, and so far so good. I'm really impressed with the quality of this boom arm. I think that maybe everyone's got a similar kind of story to this, but for me personally, I found that when I first started needing to get a microphone near my desk for this kind of setup, first of all, I tried to make do with what I had, which was maybe a Gorilla Pod or just a small mic stand, and that's obviously a bit of a pain. It can get in the way, it can topple over with like a condenser microphone like this, can be a little bit top heavy, so that didn't work. Then I would use a full microphone stand, but that's just a bit cumbersome and gets in the way. So the next thing, I turn to Amazon and I'm looking for a product specifically for the task, and Amazon is awash with cheap microphone boom arms, and in my experience, the ones I've used and seen, they can be a little bit rickety or droopy or noisy, and they're just not quite right, and your mic's kind of falling down like this as you're talking. So yeah, not so good on those. So then you say, well, I don't want that, that's not particularly great. So then you look at the higher end of things, and that's when you're looking at like the Rode PSA1 Plus, and there's just a massive gap there. You're looking at, $20, $30 at the low end, and then suddenly you're jumping up to like $130 for the Rode PSA. Now the Rode PSA and the PSA Plus 1 are great products, but they're a little bit expensive. So the Joby Wavo Boom, in my opinion, comes in kind of bang in the middle of all of that. So if you don't want to spend Rode PSA money, but you want something that's still functional and does the job and isn't, the very bottom end of the market, then Joby have done a great job of filling that gap. Now, the arm itself is aluminium construction with then a lot of kind of plastic elements making up the general look of the boom arm. And I really like the way it looks. I think it's really smart and it's incredibly functional. If I move this around, it really does just stay where I put it, which is really refreshing because I'm used to using boom arms which are, not quite so good at that. The other thing to mention is it's got this adjustable tension, so if you are putting something slightly heavier on the arm, then you can tighten the tension via some Allen key adjustments in the bracket, and then you can make sure that it's it's good and tight, or over time, if it loosens off slightly, then you can just tighten it back up again to make sure that it works. Now, to me, this boom arm is clearly a microphone boom arm, but I have actually seen in the marketing materials that people have been putting cameras on them. Not necessarily heavyweight cameras, but I thought I would have a little fiddle with that and put that to the test myself. So I rigged up my Sony a7S III with the Sigma 24mm f1.4 lens and put that on there. And as you can see from these quick tests, the results were okay, but I would say that is definitely maxing out the capabilities of the boom arm. But if you wanted to mount your smartphone or a lighter camera to it, then it could be really good for a streaming setup. For me personally, I think I'm going to be using this just for a microphone, but I must say it's really refreshing to have something which finally stands up to the job. The cup holder is a nice touch, but I really like the headphone clip which this mounting clamp comes with. It's really handy just to be able to hang my headphones there, and saves me buying a secondary product especially for the job. One of my favourite features about the boom arm is the integrated cable management. It's really simple, no Velcro or cable ties or anything like that. You've got these simple plastic strips which pop out really easily. You can then feed your XLR cable or USB cable down the channels provided, and then you've got the choice of either using the red or the black to clip in and keep the cables secure. And as you can see here, it's really tidy. You've got just this little bit of cable coming out on this particular microphone, and then obviously at the base end, which you can't see in this shot, the cable just comes out and can be routed really nicely and tidily away. Now, both of the clamps which come with the Joby Wavo Boom Arm, there's the one obviously here which is on my desk, and then this secondary clip which is for going through a desktop. They both have these rubberized sections on, which helps so you don't make a mess of your desk and it's nice and grippy. I really would have liked it if they'd have provided black in those ones as well. I've obviously gone for the black colour scheme here with the boom arm, and then I'm left still using these red clamps as a way to attach to the desk, but it's really not a big deal at all. As I say, you can't really see the clamp most of the time anyway. So there you have it, the Joby Wavo Boom Arm. In my opinion, a great accessory, a great market filler as far as providing a product which I think there was a gap for in the market. It's not your super cheap and flimsy boom microphone stands, which I know a lot of us have used in the past. It's not your super expensive and premium Rode PSA1, but it is an incredibly functional, practical, nice looking, in my opinion, product. And the 2 weeks I've been using it so far now, it's been reliable, it's been a dream to use, and definitely something I'll be leaving permanently set up on my desk like this for when I'm streaming or on video calls or recording voiceovers or anything like that. So I'll pop a link down in the description so you can check out more information or grab one for yourself. But that has been the Joby Wavo Boom Arm. I hope you enjoyed watching, I hope you found that informative. If you did, give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.